beauties, good afternoon to beautiful people. I don't know. Is it because I'm learning? I'm learning how to read and write. Slow with it, been tough. It hard up, cake up. Maybe somebody can just help me because I don't know. Something is seemed to be off. I bought the cleaner on Monday, was it? April 10. Yeah, I think it was, or yesterday. I think it's yesterday. I may have bought it or whichever. Today's what? The 11th. And the headline says, Budget Backtrack. Lawmakers make rare, speedy amendment to estimates after statutory expenditure blunder. And I think this was in Parliament. It says 2 weeks after the House of Representatives completed its debate on the Appropriations Act, more commonly known as budget, lawmakers on Tuesday approved an amendment to the statute after being advised that the statutory expenditures were voted on in contravention of the law. At the same time, St. Catherine Southwest Member of Parliament Everall Warmington's attempt to lay blame on the foul-up at the feet of the Auditor General failed, as he was told by Education Minister Favour Williams that it is not her duty to review the estimates of expenditures, as he declared. And she was a former junior finance minister. She was the one who spoke in place of our current finance minister, Dr. Nigel Clark. She said that the purpose of the adjustment to the Appropriations Act 2024 was to exclude the amounts related to the statutory expenditure that was inadvertently included in the Act. I'm trying to skip out some of it, and just get to it. She explained that the statutory expenditures are amounts that are charged on the consolidated fund or the general revenues and assets of Jamaica by virtue of a provision in the Constitution or any other law in force. So opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, said it was quite unprecedented that less than 2 weeks after the passage of the budget by Parliament, lawmakers had been recalled to address a matter of this nature. He wanted to know what gave rise to the errors, noting that technocrats have been preparing budgets for many years, and it was the first time in recent memory that he has seen or had seen any error of this type. He stated that although it is not fatal, the human error, he would expect that there are checks and balances within the process, that if someone makes a mistake, it will be caught somewhere later down before it is actually brought to Parliament, tabled, voted, and passed by the Parliament. Simple. I had made I was stating that as it relates to the Bandulo engine oil that came. I said to you that if $10 million worth was caught by CTOC and the powers that be, it therefore tells a story that this is not the first attempt, and therefore it means that there is something going off. There is a loophole. Is either people incompetent, don't illiterate, not here, or it is deliberate. It must fall under one of the umbrellas. That is why the man says he has never ever seen anything like this. When I saw the headline, and I said this must be a joke. I said this must be a joke. Notwithstanding, Ms. Williams told lawmakers that the error would not have any adverse impact on the affairs of the government. She said it was an error in copying a set of numbers into the Appropriations Act. So how if it's a set of errors? It was an error in copying a set of numbers into the Appropriations Act. How will it not affect government? How will it not affect people? The budget had to be recalled. No. And then Minister Warmington is laying blame on the Auditor General. I'm just skipping out some of the things because it is said that the Appropriations Act is not reviewed by the Auditor General, according to Williams. So it seemed as if she and there seemed to be a dichotomy between her and Warmington. So I'm really not understanding what's going on here in Jamaica. So let me ask a quick question, because remember, you know, me now, so right, you know, remember, me just learn to read and write. Really, can't say cat, matam, but will it affect the general populace? Will it affect public sector workers in terms of the different things that, you know, was set out in Parliament for them to get? You know, whether it is increase in salaries, will it affect the 1.5? Oh, it's not 1.5 anymore. My apologies. I forget, it's not $2 million. You know, the threshold had moved to, it's 1.7. Yeah, yes, because the increase was a little, it was incremental. It at 1.5, 1.7. You know. So will it affect that? Is it that we're not going to go to the 1.7 again? You know, since we're under the new financial year. Whatever other monies that the public sector workers were set out to get, is it that they won't get it? Quick question. You know, since the Jamaica Civil Service Association, they were unable to get through to Ministry of Finance. You know, were they able to contact you guys? Is it that a meeting is set up? You know, was something put in place where now people can get the different monies, things being reinstated, you know, the different things that relates to finance and the public sector workers, in particular the civil servants. I know that you have other arms, you know, like the police, the firemen, the nurses, the doctors, lawyers, different, you know. Will things be sorted out where they are concerned? What about I was about to say reconstruction, you know. What about the restructure, you know, in terms of the compensation review? Where is that? What is happening? You know, because it says there's a recalling of the budget, you know, in what arms, you know, because obviously it has to do with public sector. It has to still do with the public's money and the public itself and the people. How will it affect them? Because I'm not understanding. It just seems like a contradictory comment. You know, Warmington saying one thing, Minister Williams saying another thing. Things seem to be appalled, you know, opposition spokesman. Even I'm shocked. I don't understand. Finance is not my, you know, in terms of studying economy. I'm not an economist, not a mathematician, statistician, these things. So, you know, through me I try understand, you know. Through me say to my head tough. I'm not brilliant like, you know, one of the brilliant ones. You know, I just want to know it's not something that was deliberate, you know, or incompetence, because that can be very, both can, although they're on different ends of the spectrum, they can have similar outcomes that will affect the people of Jamaica. You understand? So incompetence, you know, or you will call it dunce, not skilled enough, can or just, what should I say, something that was deliberately done, and when they realize, you know, somebody caught that defect quickly, after just 2 weeks after, or less than 2 weeks shy of the recent debate, because they realize that it's going to be very problematic. Some of the things that they had promised may not be kept, and they don't want the people of Jamaica to say, there goes another promise not kept, there goes another promise not kept, there goes another promise not kept, there goes another promise not kept. We will go and deal with this quickly. So is it on the basis of incompetence or it deliberate? We don't know. Me just ask, you know, honestly, just ask, because me cannot understand this. I'm not comprehending, because I'm confused. I'm saying one thing, Miss Williams saying another, so they're confused. He says he has never ever seen anything like this, because we're expecting that you understand the basic governance as it relates to budget and allocated money as how it's supposed to be, that we don't have misappropriation of funds, because this is something that you should know, like when you put something in your back pocket and you know it's there. You know, it just you know, I'm curious where that is concerned. Will it affect the people? Will it affect, you know, the public sector workers and their salaries and benefits? Is it that we're going to regress? Because, you know, a lot of people, because of the 20% that was split up in 3, you know, they have lost more. Remember, you guys will get 100%, 200%, 300%. You're not finding out, because you don't make sure so the income supersede on the expenses by leaps and bounds. Or we're on the opposite end of the spectrum. Our expenses supersede our income by leaps and bounds. So, you know, we just want to know if it's going to continue to supersede and lead the way, lead the charge, our expenses and our incomes just crumble. Guys, Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this.